neighborhood. Okay. Y vamos a empezar con la grabación. We're going to start with our recording here. Muy bien. Bienvenidos y bienvenidas. ¿Qué tal? ¿Cómo están?
Bien,
¿Bien?
gracias.
Bien, sí.
Excelente. Fantástico. Sí, Kathy.
Eso es mi última clase de español. Regresaré a Kansas el 10 de enero. I'm moving back to Kansas on January.
Oh, boy.
De verdad. Ay.
He aprendido mucho. I've learned a lot y he disfrutado conociéndolos a todos. I'm enjoying
Kathy,
all of them.
igualmente. Igualmente.
Sí, igualmente. Echaremos a ti.
Sí, te echaré, no, para yo, te echaré de menos.
Te echaré de
Sí,
menos.
sí, te echaremos, te vamos a echar de menos. We are going to miss you, pero te deseamos buena suerte en el
Gracias.
futuro. Ok.
I will miss all of you.
Y tienes familia ya, claro, ¿sí?
Sí, sí. Y gracias, maestra.
Bueno, lo siento. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry because I know that it'll something that is going to work out for you. So, yeah.
Sí.
Life changes, yeah. La vida cambia. Las cosas cambian. Stuff changes. We got to go with the flow, yeah. See?
That's
Gracias,
right. And it's
Kathy.
bonito allá, sí. So.
I'll see my old friends and go back to my old church and see my cousins that are left. My brothers and sisters all moved out.
Sí.
That will be nice, though.
Te deseamos todo lo mejor. We wish you all the best. All the best.
Muchas gracias.
And okay. Y gracias por decirnos. Thank you for telling us about that, or we would have felt really bad not knowing. Okay. Adelante, adelante. Vamos a practicar con expresiones de impersonales otra vez. So we're going to practice with impersonal phrases and expressions again, expresiones impersonales. These are all of the expressions that start with an es. I'll give you a little screenshot preview. Bien, bien, bien. Aquí, por ejemplo, es posible, por ejemplo, ¿sí? Es posible que y adjetivo. It'll be have, no, perdón. Es adjetivo que. Es adjetivo que. I'm getting cart before the horse here. Es adjetivo que. And then we have una persona, a person who has to come into the mix. There has to be a human being that we're talking about after that word que. Now, you might not hear the person because if that is all built into the subjunctive verb, right? Then, you won't hear, por ejemplo, you won't hear the yo, you won't hear the tú, you won't hear the nosotros, típicamente no hablamos con eso. So, es almost any kind of adjectives, almost any, we'll get you can't do them ones. Okay, ejemplo, ¿sí?
Pregunta,
Sí, dime.
especially in this sentence, why you cannot say es posible que mañana is nicer or is warmer?
Okay. Es posible que haga haga buen tiempo. It's possible that the weather will be nice.
Well,
Uh,
but
es
that's
pos-
the subjunctive, wouldn't it?
sí, sí. Es
Okay, but
posible
so it
que,
doesn't- So it's just a
Spanish.
noun.
es posible que mejore el clima. It's possible that the weather will improve.
Mhm.
Es posible que mañana haga menos frío. Es posible que suba las temperaturas mañana. It's possible that the temperatures will go up. There are a lot of different things we can do with weather. See?
Yeah,
Uh,
but I mean, my question basically is, does it have to be a person or could it be any noun?
It could be, and yeah, when we talk about the weather, it's that kind of faceless thing. It's a third, if you want to get grammar wise, it's a third person singular. The weather makes something. Okay.
I understand.
And it'll
Yeah.
just do that. See, entiendes? Understand?
No.
See? Okay. So it
Okay,
might
but-
be kind of like a faceless thing, but you're talking about the weather, which only does one thing, which is that a verb that's conjugated like for él, ella, usted.
I know, but I have to figure out what time I call you. We're 7 hours behind you.
Just like if you use I, it has to becomes aya.
It's up at 2:30.
Okay. So, entonces, sí, algunas posibilidades de expresiones impersonales. Es posible que, es imposible que, es ridículo
Yeah, so, okay, so
que, es mejor que, es malo que, es bueno que. So the only one you have to kind of stay away from with this adjective thing is something like this. Es verdad que.
yeah, but the whole person.
Or possibly something like es cierto que. Because
so-
those indicate certainty.
So
Okay.
the bottom
Or
line, it doesn't have to be a person that you're talking about for subjunctive. It's just basically a noun.
up here.
Yes.
Well, it doesn't have to be a person if you're talking about something like the faceless they that just refers to anybody in general.
Person. The other
Okay,
thing is,
so
Or if you're talking about weather gets conjugated for third person singular always. So,
would that be considered faceless or not?
well, I would consider that kind of faceless. So you're talking about the weather. There's not a human being really
Okay,
doing the weather.
okay. That's what I was wondering.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So
Yeah,
it might be, but in general, you need a human being. Okay.
Okay.
So
Generally, okay.
I'll show you the contrast to that if we don't have a person. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Un ejemplo que se expresa de dos maneras. An idea that we can express with two different structures, and both of these are going to be correct, but there's going to be a difference here. Okay. Which means we'll have to do something different with the structure. Okay. And by the way, if native Spanish speakers are saying this, they don't really think about what will I do with that sentence. They just, to that es natural, it's natural. Okay, pero dos maneras, two ways of doing this. Es posible ver es posible ver el salón desde aquí. It is possible to see that big room or that big area, see, from here.
the best thing you can do for that is walk.
See, o mejor, maybe a little bit better, quizás mejor. Es posible ver el monumento.
Walking to increase the circulation.
¿Sí? Es posible ver el monumento desde aquí. It's possible to see the monument from here, from where we are, right? See,
Yeah,
I
that's
have
best.
no person I'm talking about. I mean, any old Tom, Dick, or Harry
You should check
could
your
see
photos.
the monument if they're standing in this spot. That's what that means. Es posible ver, it's possible to see. And we do the exact same structure in English. It's possible to see. Okay. Pero es distinto. It's different if I express it this way. Es posible,
Okay.
es posible que los turistas
Just don't bring too much, Grace,
vean
please.
el monumento.
No. Don't be brave. But I don't want books, Grace.
It's
I want
possible that the tourists see the monument. Maybe they are.
those are
Hmm,
not.
maybe they're not. I really don't know. It's a maybe. It's a big maybe. Es posible que los turistas, but the difference is I've got a que, and now I do have a group of people here. Now, you know, a lot of times in Spanish, because that verb gets conjugated to tell us
But,
it's
yeah.
a group,
In other
you know,
words,
people might
bring too much stuff
ditch
out.
that noun. They
I
might
think it's-
ditch that noun. Kind of a common thing to do,
Yeah.
right? Es posible que vean el monumento. It's possible that they see, and maybe I'm not naming who they are.
Give me the name of it, and no,
Okay, mejor, better?
the name, and I'll see if I can check it. What's the name? Spell it for me.
Well,
Okay,
one
I think we're hearing
follow
somebody in
up
the
on
back.
that.
Yeah, somebody
Yeah.
needs to be on mute. Somebody's chatting on the phone.
Yeah.
Suppose the sentence was, it's possible that the monument was here.
That way, I can't hear you.
Oh.
So it's not a person.
Right. It's a thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Sí, igual. We have to act like it's a person
Oh, okay.
because we
Okay.
have a subject. We have a subject, the monument.
No, I need
Okay.
a context.
El ejemplo está aquí. Here we go. Let's change that a little bit. We're going to make it not a human being, but it will still be a subject, grammar speak wise, yeah? Es posible que el monumento esté allá. Possible that the monument's over, like way over there.
Yeah.
Is that
Sí.
right?
Okay. Bien. So,
No.
yeah,
No.
strictly speaking, is we say it's a person so
Yeah.
that
Fresh
you
took
know
us
that we're talking about conjugating a verb for
anything like that.
some human being here, right? If I'm just talking about this impersonal expression, to talk in the vaguest way possible, then I keep it as es posible or es imposible or es fantástico or whatever adjective I'm choosing with the
Friday
infinitive
night for
there.
me.
See?
Say
Bien.
Saturday. You're coming in on Saturday, right?
Tiene sentido. Does that make sense? Sí?
Sí, gracias.
Bien.
On
De
Monday.
nada.
That's mine.
Okay.
Happened in London. You could have-
A ver, bueno.
Listen.
Yes. Senora, can you tell the person to really put themselves
we-
on mute?
We're
They're
trying to.
rude. They're rude.
I know.
No.
There's an
We've
Irish
sent a
accent.
message, yeah.
There's an Irish accent.
Okay.
I might be able to mute. Let me see if I can mute.
I'll bring up passwords. Okay.
Oh, I could. Okay, gracias.
Okay.
Okay. I did not know that I could do that. Hopefully, won't think I'm rude. Okay. A ver. Bueno. Vale. Quiero oír. I want to hear. Quiero oír sus ejemplos ¿sí? De usar esto. I asked you guys to come up with 3 things. They can be silly, they can be deep, they can be anything at all. But seeing if you can put that into practice. Okay. Hay un voluntario para decirnos. Sí, Bárbara.
Ok. Es importante que tú revises tu coche antes de su viaje por carretera.
Sí, revisar, check out, sí. Revises, that you check out.
Ujú.
Eso, perfecto. And probably won't hear the tú, because when they hear revises, they know that's in a tú form, and you're not going to
Okay.
hear the tú part of it because the verb already tells us everything. Yeah.
Mhm.
We don't need to say the word tú because everybody knows.
And,
Sí,
Marilyn,
dime.
one other thing I get confused on also, if I was going to say it's important that I revise my car before I get on the freeway,
Sí,
that's
sí,
still subjunctive too,
sí,
isn't it?
sí,
Yes, okay,
sí.
all right.
Sí, bien. Now, and will people use that, or will they just say, es importante revisar? Well, if they're talking very general terms, just revisar, meaning for anybody at all, right? But if you're saying, ooh, I need to make the time, yeah, like we often do. Hey, I need to make time to do this. Es importante que yo revise. It's important that I do this. Help me remember. Ayúdame, ¿sí?
Okay.
Eso, sí.
Would it be more common for a person to say, for ejemplo, es importante que ande cada día? Or, I mean, would that be more, I guess what I'm saying, or would you say es importante andar cada día? If
Es,
you're saying it's important to walk, would you say
es importante andar, es importante caminar, bien, sí,
but that doesn't
pero
mean
no
no.
se refiere a nadie en particular. It means
Okay.
anybody at all, ¿sí?
Then it
Todo el
doesn't.
mundo, everybody, wide open,
Okay, sí.
for human beings in general, yeah?
Sí.
Es importante, mi pobre abuelita, ella es tan vieja, tiene mala salud. Es importante que ella ande, ¿sí? Por lo menos 30 minutos cada día. Así. And now I'm pegging it to a person.
To a person.
And maybe I still peg it to a kind of general group of people. Es importante que todos anden por lo menos 30 minutos. It's important for everybody, for all of you. See, those are, yeah. So, just plain old infinitive when you don't really talk about anybody in general. We need that kid when we talk about somebody.
Oh.
See? Okay. Or, the other verb that we don't hear with a somebody after a que is that haya, because the haya is going to be the subjunctive form of hay, and haya just means there are. Well, there's no human being there, but yeah. Es muy bueno que haya menos tráfico hoy. It's really good that there's less traffic today. I'm just expressing an opinion, but it's a subjective kind of opinion. Es bueno que haya menos tráfico. It's, yeah. And again, there's no human being attached to that, but we don't really use with, attaching it to a human being doing anything. It's always just or in the subjunctive case, it's always just haya. ¿Sí? Vale. Bueno. Otros ejemplos. Un voluntario, por favor. Bueno, Mary, and you'll have to unmute yourself because we had to mute you because of the phone call. Perdón.
Pardon.
Disculpa.
Es importante que yo vaya a la tienda en mañana para comprar los regalos
Los regalos.
para las nietas.
Ok, bien, sí. Buen ejemplo. Gracias. Ok, otro ejemplo. Carlos, sí.
Es terrible. Tantos cristianos, judíos y musulmanes hablan sobre otros con tal odio.
Ok, sí, bien. Bueno, me gusta. Otro ejemplo. I want to see that you can actually put something in the practice. Voy a darles un ejemplo aquí. Es fantástico que mis hijos laven los platos después de la cena. Es fantástico.
Sí, estoy de acuerdo.
Sí, siempre. Cuando yo cocino, no quiero limpiar nada después de cocinar. No, ¿ok? Los que no cocinan tienen que limpiar. Ok, vale. Otro ejemplo. Patricia, sí, Pat.
Y
Oh.
caminos por el desierto es necesario que lleves mucha agua.
Eso sí. Es necesario que lleves mucha agua. It's necessary that you take along, ¿sí? Carry lots of water. Perfecto. ¿Ok? ¿Cuáles son las tres cosas que necesitan, que ustedes necesitan en el desierto? Agua. Ok, vale. ¿Sí? Sí. Ok, vale. Bien. Otro ejemplo. ¿Hay otro? ¿O no? Sí, para.
Es recomendable que ellos coman desayuno antes de escuela.
Eso sí. Es recomendable que. Perfecto. Bien.
Es importante que yo limpio mi casa antes las visitors.
Oh, antes de que lleguen los invitados.
O los
Antes de que lleguen los invitados, before the visitors arrive, and even the lleguen. Es importante que yo limpie. Es importante que yo limpie la casa antes de que lleguen los invitados. Antes de que lleguen los invitados, the visitors haven't in fact arrived yet.
Oh, so it's subjunctive.
They're not here yet. So even that has to go into subjunctive because it is contrary to fact that the visitors are here. Oh, no, before. I've used the word before. Before somebody does something means they haven't done it yet.
True.
And therefore, that activity is not a part of the real world. This is part of the weird twilight zone of subjunctive. We don't have a good comparison. Yeah.
Sí. Okay.
But they do think in that mode. Well, your visitors aren't there yet, so that's what it's got to do. Yeah. Sí. Bien. Otro ejemplo.
Uno más. Es impactante que el señor Monopolio posee tan riquezas mientras es verdad que muchas otras en su comunidad viven en pobreza.
Ah, sí. Poseer o tener, sí. Tenga, if you use tener, o posea. Buena palabra, sí. Sí, bien. Vale. Otro ejemplo. Cuando mis viejos amigos se mudan y van a otra ciudad a una casa nueva, ¿sí? Es importante que incluyan su dirección en las tarjetas, ¿sí? Es importante que incluyan la nueva dirección.
Sí.
Ok. Para que sepa yo su nueva dirección, so that I know their new address. Perfecto. Sí, Pat.
Es fantástico que tú ganes el dinero.
Sí, bien. Y aquí ganes win o earn.
Win, yeah,
No
win.
sabemos, sí, pero sí. Ok, es necesario que tú uses audífonos durante una llamada en Skype, por ejemplo. ¿Sí? ¿Bien? Ok, vale. Hay otro ejemplo. You have good examples here. ¿Hay otro ejemplo o no?
I've got one.
Sí, Bárbara.
Es recomendable que compre un boleto de lotería si quieres ganar.
Sí. Eso es, sí. Y en España van a tener la famosa lotería que tienen todos los años. Va a ocurrir como el 23, creo, de diciembre cada año. El gordo, the fat one, meaning the great big fat lottery, is what almost everybody plays in Spain. They have all the commercials for, and it's always right before Christmas, the one where the kids sing the numbers, and do that
Really?
fun stuff. Yeah. And even people who never play lotto or what their version of lotto, loteria, is usually go in even with the office pool. Ok, vale. Bueno. Bien. Ustedes entienden. Bien. Tienen buenos ejemplos. You've got good examples built in there. So we're going to move ahead. We're going to see si hay alguna pregunta. We're going to see if there's any kind of question. We're going to move on to examples you saw from this video. Our tongue-in-cheek Rambo guy, which was kind of an odd but fun one. Yeah. Okay, survival stuff, which was very tongue-in-cheek because some of his examples were pretty cheesy. And I actually even went on his site and teased him about his crummy boots for climbing, because those are not rock climbing boots. And he goes, yeah, I know. Not to be picky, dude, but if you're going to climb in those boots, you're going to have problems. Okay. Bien. And I did a really careful screening of when he used all the vocabulary and when he used expresiones impersonales, and when subjunctive popped up even without those expresiones impersonales. That was a good video from the point of view of it showed you that subjunctive pops up a lot. A lot. It can happen. It can be 30% of a conversation. It can be. It doesn't have to be. It depends on the context of the situation, but it can pop up a lot. And when it pops up in situations that are not these ones you studied, a lot of times it's going to indicate that that situation is unsure, uncertain. Maybe you can insert the idea of maybe or might or may in English and start to approximate, the ideas that are being brought forward. Okay. Vale. Vamos a ver. Let's take a quick look at the examples he had with these frases impersonales. Es importante que tu mente esté bien. He was talking about mental attitude a lot. It's important that your mind is well, that, your mind is sharp. Yeah. And a lot of these are going to be ways of emphasizing to somebody, it's important that you think straight when you're lost. Yeah. Yeah. He's talking about being lost in the wilderness. Es muy importante que hagas ejercicio mental. It's important that you do mental exercises. Keep your brain sharp. See? Que hagas, and the tú is not voiced, but it's tú because that verb is in a tú conjugation, right? See? Es muy importante. Aquí no. Here we have no subjunctive. Because we're talking about anybody in particular, but we don't name any one person. Es muy importante para no perder la cabeza. It's very important in order not to lose your head. Lose your head meaning you're not thinking straight. See? And here it means anybody at all in general, but I'm not putting any one person into that situation. Yeah, we've got para after para, and here we made it a negative expression, para no perder la cabeza, to not lose your head, meaning anybody at all, but not the you that is tú, or the you that is usted, or the you guys that is ustedes. Okay? Yeah, we don't voice it there. So there it goes back to the infinitive. Okay, that just shows you there. Es muy importante que pienses. It's really important that you think about stuff. Que pienses, that you think. ¿Sí? Es probable que ni siquiera quieras intentarlo. It's probable that you won't even try it. And quieras is conjugated for tú, so he's making it personal. The ni siquieras, or ni siquiera quieras. Ni siquiera just means not even. That's all it means. Ni and siquiera go together. Ni siquiera, don't even. Okay? Vale. But there es probable que. And notice these have que. Here, there is no que. He's fixing it.
Pregunta,
Para. Sí, dime.
can you skip para and say, es muy importante no perder la cabeza?
Es posible. It is possible. You might hear somebody voice it that way. Es posible. Sí. La diferencia aquí, the difference here, if he's putting in a para, he really is making a point of saying in order to. In order to, yeah. And sometimes in English, we can say it either as it's important not to lose your head, or it's important that it's important in order to not lose your head. Yeah, we might
Oh,
say,
okay.
yeah, we might say it both ways in English. And there, yeah, sí, es posible. It is possible. You might hear it that way. Okay. Entonces, these were all examples of places where, and we had quite a few occurrences of these expresiones impersonales, frases impersonales. Okay, vale. But there was a lot of subjunctive that came up when we didn't have that specific marker, okay, of the expresiones impersonales. And here we have to kind of think about this weirdo acronym. Okay. En general, en términos muy generales, in very general terms, subjunctive, you could say, is used to express a situation where the action isn't really, in point of fact, happening, but is either doubtful, possibly even contrary to fact, or, very iffy, very iffy. And English has maybe only the word may or might to say that. And we say it in English lots and lots and lots of different ways. But we very seldom use a really strong subjunctive component the way that Spanish does, or lots of other languages do. But this weirdo thing is, by the way, something that Spaniards never think of. Latin Americans never think of weirdo. They just use this. This weirdo thing is an acronym that was thought up by somebody. I have no idea who. It's an acronym for English speakers to think about situations that we call triggers. What a trigger means is it's a contextual thing that means, uh-oh, I will need to use subjunctive, all right? Because our background in English is so poor using subjunctive, we need an acronym to help us think of situations in Spanish that will automatically mean that subjunctive kicks in. Okay, and that means the W for verbs of wishing or wanting. Okay, verbs of emotion is the E of weirdo. I like, not I like to ski, I like it that my grandkids are learning to ski. We need to have, I like that my grandkids are doing this. We need I might like it, but I need to have a second and different kind of person in that other half of the sentence. Yeah. Verb of wanting. I want my pets to settle down. I want this, but I want that those animals, in this case, yeah, do or don't do something. Yeah. I need to have a second subject as a general rule after that word que, somebody who isn't in the first half of the sentence. Okay. We want you to listen closely. We want you to listen, right? You is a different person, but we're doing the wanting part. So I need to have two different people on both sides of that sentence with these, I often need to have that. It won't always happen, but I often need that. So words of wishing are verbs of wishing or wanting, verbs of emotion. I like, I don't like, I'm happy, I'm sad. For example, the I is what we have done, the impersonal expressions. R is for verbs of recommendation. Okay, recommending. suggesting, things like that. Verbs of doubt. That can be a tough one for us. We can tend to overthink it, but just think about dudar, right? Or even think about no creer, not to believe. Somebody doesn't believe that something is a truth. And the ojalá, which is wonderful because ojalá never is anything other than ojalá. You don't change anything. It's always ojalá. The only thing you have to think about is, do I use que or do I drop the que? Because you can do either one. And they're both good. Vale, bien. All right. These things that are in weirdo, they often indicate that we have a situation that is either counter to what is really happening or very iffy. There's a lot of doubt inserted. Okay. Vamos a ver. Let's take a look at some of these examples. They're not impersonal expressions, but they do use subjunctive. Hasta que tengas muy claro. Tener claro means to be clear, meaning like you totally get it. You understand it 100%. Hasta que means until. So hasta que tengas muy claro means until.
I really get it.
Until you really get it. Until you have this totally sorted out up in your brain. Yeah. Meaning that right now you don't get it. Until you do understand this completely, until you totally get it. Meaning right now you don't. Okay? Bien? Somebody's sending that message. They don't think you understand it yet.
Now, which one of the weirdos is that?
That is like a doubt thing. Yeah. And it's not
Doubt?
a verb
Okay.
of doubt, but hasta que sometimes uses some triggers don't fit into that weirdo scenario.
Okay.
Some don't. Some are driven by a type of adjective in a certain context. So we're going to see some examples of that. So what we're going to see here is examples he used where subjunctive came up. You will not necessarily be able to use all of these when you speak perfectly right now, and that is okay. What I want you to think about is these will come up when you hear people talking. Okay? You don't get to choose the way somebody decides to say something. You don't get to choose that. You have to take whatever input they're giving you. Yeah. And sometimes because they just don't think about it, they'll use subjunctive. And it's important to recognize that they're sending some subtle messages to you with that. That's all we want you to be able to do. Recognize it when people use it, when they speak with you, because they will. And they will not think, gee, this is too advanced. I shouldn't say it this way. They're not going to do that, okay? Yeah. But they are sending a message, like here, the message being sent is, you don't really get it yet. Yeah, you're going to have to get this straight in your brain. Until you're straight with this, until you totally get it, until you totally understand it. It's a subtle message. It's very nuanced. Okay. And here, there's not something really out of weirdo except to say that there is doubt. It's not a verb of doubt, but there is doubt. Si hay algo que pueda ayudarme. He's talking in this thing of looking around for stuff that is in his environment that he can use to get himself out of this bad situation of being lost. Okay. What in my environment can I use? Si hay algo que pueda ayudarme. If there is something around here that might be able to help me. Meaning I might be Shall we say SOL? Out of luck? Totally? Maybe there's nothing around that I could use. Can I be a MacGyver? Can I be a MacGyver and use this crummy piece of old duct tape some way? Might this help? What this pueda might translate to in English, something that may be of use to help me. Yeah. It's talking about possibility, but it's doubtful. It might not exist. Maybe it does. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe I need to think harder. It's very iffy. It's iffy. Okay. Hará que is just a future for hacer. Hará que tus ganas de pelear por tu vida disminuyan. It might make your desire to fight for your life go this direction.
Down.
Disminuir means to diminish or go down or be repressed. Yeah, going down.
What is
This thing happening, and I don't remember the exact context, but this thing happening, it might make your desire, ganas are your desire. It might make your desire to fight for your life to survive go down. It
Sorry,
might
what
make
is-
that happen. And our idea of might, yeah, we'd have to insert the idea of might into, yeah, might make it happen in this part. Okay, that's why this is in subjunctive.
excuse
Maybe
me,
it'll
what,
go down, maybe it's the same. We don't really know. We're injecting doubt. See, Mary,
what is the word harake? What does that mean?
the que?
Hara. What is hara?
Ara.
Oh, ara?
Yes.
Ara.
In this
What is-
sentence here,
What does it mean?
it will make your desire to fight for your life diminish, go down. It'll take away. In other words, it'll take away your desire to survive, your desire to fight for your life.
Yeah, but what, I don't understand. What exactly is the word ara? Is it an adverb? Is it a verb?
Oh, pelear?
No, ara. What is ara?
Oh, is it from the verb hacer, maybe?
Is it a
Oh, the ara?
Yeah, what is that?
This word ara?
Yes.
Ara que? It will make it so that.
Oh,
There.
okay.
That ara is just a future. And again, it's a kind of a probability thing. It might make, it'll probably make. Sometimes they use future tense to also talk about possibilities, but not for sure.
is it a ser?
Yeah.
And what is
You know what? I could take this out and then it will make it a little bit easier.
Okay.
Hace que. It makes it so that
Okay.
if I put it in presente, it might make more sense.
Ah,
It makes it so that your will to live goes straight down the toilet.
Gracious.
See? Yeah. Okay. Mejor? Better?
no, no entiendo. Ganas. ¿Qué es la palabra ganas? Ganas. Ganas.
Oh, ganas.
Yeah.
Ganas just means a strong desire,
Strong desire. Okay. Okay.
a gut level, visceral desire, deep within you.
And
All that
pelear-
wrapped up into ganas.
And pelear
That
is
is
to
not the like a verb form of ganar.
Ah,
Oh,
Okay.
ahora entiendo. Now I get
Yeah, that because that's what
Ahora lo tengo claro. Now I got it straight. Lo tengo claro. Okay. Vale. Bueno, ganas is a noun. And tener ganas means to feel like doing something, but it means like, I really want to do it. Deep down, I want to do it. Ganas comes from deep down. Yeah. You say,
Oh,
I have a desire to. Ganas is a very special word. We don't have a good translation for ganas. Ganas means it comes from your gut.
see.
Okay. When somebody says, wow, tengo ganas de comer. I feel like eating is how they'll translate that. Tengo ganas de comer. I feel like eating. Okay.
But there's no tango there. It's
There's
just
no
gas.
tengo get there. It's tus ganas de pelear por tu vida. Your deep down visceral desire to fight for your life.
Okay.
That's
Because I-
that whole thing.
I thought it was your winnings.
I know willingness, but you know, willingness.
Winnings.
Yeah,
You're
it's
right.
not winning, and it's not winning, and it's
I
not,
thought it was-
yeah.
I thought gambling.
Yeah. Ganas is a noun.
Okay.
Your gut level desire. That's what ganas are, a gut level desire. And it's like, it's a part of your being. Okay. See, Kathy.
I have a question about disminuyan. That
Sí.
has an S in it, but diminuir does not have an S in it. Right there.
Oh,
This
es
Should
mi
have.
error. That's
Oh,
my mistake. Disminuir.
okay. I was just wondering what.
Es un error.
Okay.
La culpa es mía. It's sí, por mi culpa. My bad there. Disminuir. I just
Oh.
didn't type that in.
Okay, thank you.
Disculpen, sí. Ok. Oh, buen ejemplo aquí. Here is a good example. You may or may not hear subjunctive with cuando. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. Here's how you know. And cuando, I don't see cuando anywhere in that weirdo. Cuando here talks about doubt or something that hasn't happened yet. When, literally the word when sometimes talks about habits. When cuando refers to a habit, something that you do a lot, then we don't use subjunctive. Un ejemplo. Cuando me enojo, cuando estoy enojada, grito. When I'm mad, I yell. Okay? Bien. Cuando me duele, cuando me duele el hombro, tomo Tylenol. ¿Sí? Cuando tengo tos, tomo medicina. That's a habit. When this happens, I do this. It's what I normally do. Cuando sometimes talks about our habits or things that we, in fact, do. Okay. And then there's no subjunctive. But sometimes cuando talks about what's out there in the future, something that hasn't happened yet. And anytime you hear people talking about what hasn't happened yet, they're not sure. It might happen. It might not. It's kind of in limbo. It's in twilight zone. So we use subjunctive when it's not talking about a habit. So, aquí, cuando haya una situación And here the haya comes from that haber that is I, that you know as I. There is, there are, right? There's no human being associated with that, just I. But the subjunctive form of that will be haya. Cuando haya una situación. And now he's saying when there might be a situation or when there may be this kind of situation. And he's talking about something en el futuro. There could be a situation, or then again, this condition may never happen. And his choosing to use cuando haya una situación is not talking about a habit. You know, he's talking about something that could come up, could come up. But maybe it will and maybe it won't. And to indicate the maybe it will and maybe it won't, he puts that into haya. With cuando. So the subtle hint you're getting is when somebody uses cuando with that, that means, ooh, that's a maybe. It might happen, it might not. It's like cuando lleguen tus invitados, when your guests come. Your guests aren't there yet. Cuando lleguen tus invitados, when your guests come in. Something will happen. Yeah? Or you're going to do something. But they're not here yet. And you know what? Your guests may come, they may not. So, yeah, don't overthink, well, but they will be here at 9 o'clock. It ain't 9 o'clock yet, folks. Yeah, that's it. So, you know, in English, we like to think, you know, on or off, a 0 or a 1 for the programmers. It's either this or it's that. But you know what, in Spanish, they don't like that. If it's this, either this or that. They like that in between, that no man's land in between. They love that. They love that. And they have verbs that tell you it's a no man's land. It's not really happening yet. Okay. Okay. A ver.
I've got a question if I
Sí,
could.
sí, dime.
Because I think I've heard this before. Cuando tengas tiempo, llámame, or is it cuando
Perfecto. Cuando tengas tiempo, llámame. When you have time, call me.
Okay.
I am indicating cuando tengas tiempo that you may have time and you may have none at all.
Okay,
I'm
so
acknowledging that I have zero idea when you're going to phone me.
okay.
I could be waiting, like, I have no idea. Yeah. Ni idea. No idea at all. Cuando tengas tiempo. Whenever you may have time.
Cuando.
And I don't know when that will be. And it could be, I won't get a call from you at all. It may never happen. I'm acknowledging that. And I'm okay with it. Yeah.
So it would be subjunctive. Now, would they ever say cuando tienes tiempo or no? Llámame. No.
No.
So-
Okay. Let's
No.
see when it would be cuando tienes tiempo.
Okay.
Voy a cambiar las cosas un poquito. I'm going to change up things just a teeny tiny bit. Cuando mi hermana tiene tiempo libre los jueves. When my sister has free time on Thursdays. Cuando mi hermana tiene tiempo libre los jueves, ella me llama. When she has free time on Thursdays, she calls me. She's done this a lot, always on a Thursday. So when she's open, she does that. And I'm talking to you about something that she actually, in fact, does.
Okay.
Pero es muy común decir cuando tengas tiempo, when you have time. And the person is actually being polite when they say cuando tengas tiempo, because they're acknowledging that you may have time and you may not. And so they're being very polite about acknowledging, well, if it works out. See? Bien? See, all this little nuance stuff is wrapped up into that cuando tengas.
Cuando tengas, sí.
Okay? See? You know, you loan somebody $5. Right. Yeah. They're here to have coffee with you and they totally left their wallet at home. Sí, págame cuando tengas dinero. Pay me when you have money.
Okay.
And I'm kind of acknowledging you might have money, you might not. It might be, I don't know when that'll happen. And I'm good with that. Whenever that happens. Whenever. See, it's very up in the air, very indefinite. Ok. Vale. Otro ejemplo aquí. No dejes que el miedo te controle. Don't let fear
Here.
Control you.
control
Yeah.
you. That comes from controlar, but it's no dejes que. Don't let. I'm telling you something, but I don't know if you're going to do that thing or not. Don't let fear control you, but you may freak out. You may go berserk on me. I'm kind of hoping not, but I don't really know that. Yeah. No dejes, sí. No dejes que, no dejes que. And this que is really, es importante. Es importante. Yeah. Don't let fear. And here the fear is not a human being. It's an environmental thing. Yeah. It's an emotion. It's an emotion. Yeah. Don't let fear control you. Okay. Vale. Okay. A ver. Hace que, this hace que is like this, except up here at that almost 3-minute mark, he used it in future. Okay, that kind of threw you a little bit. Here it's just hace que. Hace que actuemos mal, que no pensemos. It makes it so that we act badly, so that we do something wrong. Okay? So that we don't think, meaning this environmental situation. You know, it's a faceless, it makes it that. Yeah. It makes me crazy. It makes it it makes me it makes me crazy that he takes the car every Friday night. So yeah, that kind of, it makes me something. Okay. A ver. Puede hacer que no actuemos bien. This is similar vein. It can make it so that we don't act well. Same thing. No puedo esperar a que otra persona venga a rescatarme. He said this. No puedo esperar. I can't wait so that I can't wait for. I can't do the waiting. I can't wait until somebody else does this. I got to do it myself. No puedo esperar a que otra persona venga. I can't wait for somebody else to come. That situation of somebody coming to rescue you lost in the desert, that person hasn't come yet. Yeah. We're talking about a situation that does not exist yet. The cavalry coming on their horses. I don't see them. Okay. They're not there yet. Maybe they'll be there. Maybe I'm SOL. Okay. Según el sitio en el que lo vea, according to the place in which he sees it, meaning he doesn't see it right now. So they're sending little nuanced cues. He is sending little nuanced cues when he says all these things, saying that somebody doesn't see something right now, that somebody isn't coming to rescue you. Good luck. You're on your own. right? Bien. Cuando, here's another cuando eso te pase, when that may happen to you. I don't know if that thing will happen to you or not, right? I'm not talking about it. Here we know we're not talking about a habit. When they go into subjunctive mode, it means this may happen to you. And then again, maybe it won't. I don't really know. It's in La La Land. This one is kind of, it's a past subjunctive. There's also a past subjunctive, and we're not going to go there tonight. Past subjunctive is kind of tough to form in the first place. That's what, and that's all I'm going to tell you about that. It talks about hypotheticals. That's all I'm going to tell you about that. All right. What the translation of that, os gustaría que yo hiciera, would you like me to make? Would you like that I should make this for you sometime, maybe in the future? That's all I'm going to say about that. Don't worry about that one. We'll leave that behind. But here's another cuando that is not a cuando about habit, but a cuando that is out in the future and therefore not happening yet. Suscríbete, subscribe, right? This is right at the end. Suscríbete. Para enterarte, subscribe to find out. Enterarte means find out. Suscríbete para enterarte cuando llegue la serie. Subscribe to find out when the series is coming out. Yeah. And that series is going to happen in the future. Therefore, it has not come out yet. See? Bien. And so we have uno, dos. We had 2 whole pages full of all kinds of subjunctive. So the takeaway from this is, can you talk using all of those? Probably you can't. Don't worry about it. But you will hear people using that, and it means they're injecting doubt, iffy, maybe yes, maybe no, or something that doesn't exist at all by using that subjunctive. All the different little nuances, just subjunctive. See, entienden? See? So kind of tune your ear to listen for it. But don't pressure yourself to be able to use it perfectly. You can use it probably 60 or 70% well with those impersonal phrases. Yeah?
See?
Because it's a more obvious kind of setup. It's a pattern that's easy for you to pick up on. Yeah? So that should be a 60 to 70%. I can do that myself. But the other ones you have to listen for, ooh, they're talking about something that's not for sure here. There's your takeaway. Bien? Okay. A ver. Adelante, adelante. Let's do some por para, see? Shall we do some por para?
See?
See what you can do. See what you can do. Okay. Un repaso breve, a brief review. Super brief. Bien, see? Shortcut method. Actually, I may send you this. Main differences, big idea. Let's go for not every rule, but the main differences, yeah? Por is for a reason, like because of, on account of. That's por. Para is for a purpose, the end game. X marks the spot, you want to end up there. A recipient. You're buying gifts for your family. You're sending cards for your friends. Yeah. You're baking cookies for your neighbors. A recipient. Okay. Vale. Main differences. We're thinking about the big differences. Photos for traveling through or around a place. But para is for the final destination. Para is exactly like using a meaning the a of to, T-O. Okay? Endpoint, destination, where I want to wind up when I'm all done doing the traveling. That's para. But por might mean you're going through a place or around a place or along a certain route. Yeah? Bien. It's a wiggly line instead of a straight line. See? Por is for duration. When we're talking about time, when we're referencing time, por is talking how long. Duration. But para is for a deadline. I got to do this by the 10th. I've got to do this by the 31st. I've got to do this by tomorrow. I've got to do this by 10 o'clock tonight. Those are deadlines. Deadlines need para. Duration, how long something goes on, that needs por. Okay. Por, when we talk about people, is might be something is done by somebody, right? Para means we're doing it for somebody, like by baking the cookies for your neighbors, yeah? But these cookies are made by mom, that's por mamá, right? If you're giving the cookies to mom, it's para mamá. See? Bien? So there are some big ideas with por and para. Let's see. ¿Cuál? Let's take this one here. Unos ejemplos, some examples. Let's see if you can plug in the right idea. And I think there are only one or two on this one that are kind of toughies. Necesito un lápiz. I need a pencil. Necesito un lápiz. Escribir mis composiciones. I need a pen, or I need a pencil. I need a pencil to write my compositions.
Para.
In order
Para.
to. Para.
Para. How do you know that?
You told us.
I told you. Fake answer. Okay. Para here means in order to write. Yeah. This is something that we use a lot. See? Tomo el autobús para llegar a la oficina. I take the bus in order to get to the office. ¿Sí? Hablo con ustedes para explicar muchas cosas. I talk to you guys to explain a lot of things. See? Okay. Tomamos unas copas de vino para divertirnos. We have a few little drinky poos to enjoy ourselves. Yeah, see? Para. Okay, vale. Cuando vamos a la oficina, when we go to the office, yo hablo. This is a tough one, guys. When I talk, or when we go to the office, I do the talking for grandma because she doesn't know English.
Por.
Mi abuela, porque ella no sabe inglés. I do the talking for grandma because she doesn't know English.
Por.
Is
Por.
that exchange?
Por.
Afro.
This is exchange. It's exchange, but without money. I talk for my grandma, meaning my grandma can't do the talking. That's the exchange.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I'm talking because grandma can't. There's the exchange. Bien. I'm talking in place of grandma doing the talking. Okay. Muy bien. Okay. Pienso que ella se ve muy joven. Su edad. I think that she looks really young for her age. I think she looks awfully young for her age.
Para mí. Para mí.
Para su edad. I think she looks young for her age. You know what? She really is kind of old, but she doesn't look it. Out of all those old people, she doesn't look that old. If I compare her to all those other old people, she looks darn good. Okay. Para su edad, for her age. Okay. No te puedo mandar ese mensaje. Correo electrónico porque no tengo computador. And that could be computadora. People use both terms. I can't send you that message by email because I haven't got a computer.
Or,
Or.
or.
Por. Por here because it's by means of. Yeah.
By means of.
Via, if you would. We have that word via. Yeah. When you talk by phone, it's por teléfono. When you communicate by internet, it's por internet. Por computadora, computador, así. Vale, by means of. Okay. Mi madre no se quiere retirar porque ella trabaja gozo. Gozo means pleasure. Pleasure, okay? My mom is not retiring because she just works for pleasure, for the pure pleasure of doing it. This is a tough one. And it doesn't say in order to enjoy herself. It says for pure pleasure.
Para and por.
Is it poor for because of the reason why? Maybe.
Yeah, this one is por. This one is really, really tough. This one is really tough. No se quiere retirar, or we could have used jubilar, porque ella trabaja por gozo. She works for pleasure, meaning she doesn't work out of need. She works just for the pleasure of working. Por gozo. If you don't get that one, it's not the end of the world. Okay. Es de fin de semana, yo saldré. And saldré means voy a salir. Voy a salir. I'm going to go out. Or I'm going to leave for. I'm going to leave. ¿Sí? Este fin de semana, yo saldré Costa Rica. This weekend, I will leave, meaning I'm going to go to Costa Rica.
Para.
Para, okay?
Because it's a destination.
Para Costa Rica, and I could have said that yo salgo para Costa Rica, yo voy para Costa Rica, yo viajo por Costa Rica, así, okay? Any of those travel verbs. Para Costa Rica is where I'm going to end up, yeah? And I'm talking about my destination, where I want to wind up, where I'm going to wind up. So, para, destination. Te pagaré. This is just future. It means I will pay you. Te pagaré. I will pay you. Te pagaré $10 ese disco compacto. Oh, CDs. We don't even use them anymore. But okay. Oh, well. I'll pay you $10 for that CD.
Por.
Por. This is a straight out exchange. Money. Yeah. Obvio. Okay. Bien. $10. Here's what you get in exchange, CD. Okay. El año pasado, yo viajé por las islas del Pacífico. Last year I traveled to the Pacific Islands. 8 semanas for 8 weeks.
That's a duration.
Por. Duration.
It's a duration.
Duration.
Por 8 semanas. See, when we're talking about time, temporal things with duration, it's por, okay? Ustedes deben tener sus proyectos preparados el viernes. You guys should have your projects already prepared for Friday.
Para.
Para.
Deadline? Deadline.
Para, it's a deadline. It's a deadline. Para viernes. Para viernes, ¿sí? Ese libro fue escrito Cervantes. This book was written, or that book, perdón, ese libro, that book was written by Cervantes.
Poor.
Por.
Por. This is what, this is the very formal version in Spanish of what we would call a passive voice. The book didn't write anything. Somebody else, an agent. Oh, the agent, Cervantes. Who was it who really did it? Yeah, and the person who actually did that action is way at the end of the sentence, yeah? Por Cervantes, ¿sí? Okay, vale, ¿sí?
May I ask one question?
Sí, claro.
I wasn't certain when we were saying she looks young for her age. It is para, but I guess I kind of started thinking, could it be duration? You know, for the, I wasn't sure. Why is it para? I wonder.
Sí, entiendo. No, I understand your question. No, not duration, meaning considering her age, considering how old she is, looking really good. Okay. Another example of that would be, mi nieto es brillante, es un chico realmente de verdad muy, muy inteligente, un genio, he's a genius, ¿sí? Mi nieto es muy inteligente para su edad. Es muy inteligente para un chico de 10 años. For a 10-year-old, he is really smart. See?
Yeah. What
Uh,
meaning is it though, the para? I wondered, like, is it for, you know, always, it's the end point maybe?
no, this is, yeah,
Kind of, or just-
technically they often explain this as a comparison. If I look at all the people in that age group,
Mm,
oh, compared to everybody else, it's like this. Okay. It could be something positive. It could be something negative, or contrary. Okay. Mi gato tiene 15 años. My cat's 15. Es un gato muy viejo. ¿Sí? Para un gato de 15 años es muy travieso. He is really mischievous for a 15-year-old. I don't expect a 15-year-old animal to have that much get up and, yeah, vim
okay.
and vigor, but he does. So, así, bien?
See, it's a comparing.
Sí.
Bien,
You know,
gracias.
if you thought somebody was really listless, sí, but para un cacharro for a puppy, para un cacharro for a puppy, no, no está muy vivo. He's not very lively. Yeah. Wow. Puppies should be, yeah, all over the place. And he's not. See? Okay. Entiendes.
Thank you.
Entiendes, ¿no? You
Ya
get that. ¿Sí?
entiendo mucho mejor. Gracias.
Okay. Bien.
Sí.
Okay. And here we're going to give you, I think, yeah, oh, well, it's still 50-50, right? Oh, es buen ejemplo. This is a good example. For that reason, he returned late. Volvió tarde. He came back late.
Por.
Is it por eso or para eso?
Por, I think. Por.
Por eso. This is one you just have to memorize. There are certain phrases that just use por or para, and there's no reason behind it. You just need to know. Por eso. Por eso means for that reason or therefore.
Oh,
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Por eso.
Por eso.
Yeah,
Therefore.
and it's always por eso. Don't even think about it. It's always por eso because it means for that reason. Okay. The student went for a pencil, and it means he went to get this thing. He had to go grab it.
So that's
This is a tough one. The student, he had to go grab that thing.
was a general location. Did
Yeah, it's real general. Sí. Muy general.
Para.
or
This
Para.
one's por. This is like saying, I stopped by the store for a jug of milk.
Por.
Yeah, when it's that quick, go get it and pick it up. It's a real general thing. Yeah, and it's por. Okay, that's a tough one. This one is going to be an obvious one. A house costs at least $30,000. How long ago did they write this one? Ay, 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 ay. El ejemplo tiene como si, este ejemplo sí se escribió hace 50 años. So this was written 50 years ago. Una casa cuesta, at least, por lo menos. I gave it away.
At least.
You see how natural it is, por lo menos. Okay. Por lo menos is kind of like por eso. And you see how it trips off my tongue. I can't even hold it back. Por eso is always por eso. Por lo menos is always at least. At least is always expressed with por lo menos. Always. And it just is. And just know that that is a phrase. It is a set phrase. Por lo menos. Okay. Hopefully I won't open my big mouth with this one. I arrived late. Oh, because of the traffic.
Por.
Llegué tarde.
it's a reason. So it'll be por.
Yeah.
Because of is the key. On account of, due to. This is por. Whenever you mean because of, due, D-U-E, due to, on account of, it's por. Okay. Por mi culpa, el wifi no funciona. Por mi culpa. It's my fault. The Wi-Fi doesn't work. Así. Okay. That kind of por. Yeah. Yeah. It's like saying my bad. Por mi culpa is the my bad. Yeah. Did you send me the money by mail? Me enviaste. Did you send me the money through the mail?
That's por.
Por. This is a via. By means of.
By means of.
By means of. Yeah. Okay. I didn't do it by wire. I didn't hand it to you in cash. I sent it in an envelope, see, in the mail. I paid $20 for that shirt. I paid $20 for that shirt or for the shirt.
Por.
Good. Okay. This is one of the ones you should not get wrong. It's exchange. Yeah. When you pay for something, and even if you don't pay in money, even if your payment is a thank you, it's still por. Yeah. It's still exchange, even if it's verbal and nothing more than a thanks. Or, gee, that's good of you. That's still por, okay? The stone house was built by the Incas. La casa de piedra fue construida
Or
por. This is a passive voice, right? If we made it active voice, it would change to the Incas built the house. The Incas actually did that building, right? But this is what we call passive voice, meaning the house was built. The house didn't build anything. Yeah. House doesn't have thumbs and hammers and nails. Okay. It doesn't do anything. It just sits there. The bulls run through the streets. Los
Por.
toros corren
Por.
Por las calles. They run through the streets.
Through the streets.
Okay, they don't want to necessarily stop when they get to the street. Yeah,
Oh,
they're
it's,
going through the street. Por is through or along or by. It could be a wiggly line. It could be straight through, but it's, yeah, around. Yeah.
Oh.
Por las calles. Bien. He will do it by Monday, and that hará is just a future. It's a future of hacer. Lo hará, he will do it. He will do it by Monday.
Para. Para.
Para, okay? Para is the drop dead time line. It's a deadline that he's got. Para lunes. Not how long, right? But by when that has to get done. Fidel spoke for hours. Fidel habló for 4 hours.
That's the
Por.
duration.
Por.
Por, this is a duration of time, a set amount of time, right? It answers how long? 4 hours. Okay. We go to the beach. You'd probably really say that. We go to the beach to swim.
Oh,
Para.
Uh,
Para. Para.
Para nadar.
Yeah.
We
it
go
has
to
a-
the beach in order to swim. Whoever really says that. But does it make sense? Yes, it does. Do you know what it means? Yes, you do. Yeah. For the purpose of, you're never going to say it that way. We go to the beach to swim. Yeah. You might say in order to, maybe. Para. Vamos a la playa para nadar. We can't really take para out of that construction. Vamos a la playa a nadar. Sounds weird. Sounds weird. We can't omit the para in that situation. That para has to be there, even though nadar already means to swim. Yeah. To express that idea, you got to have the para there. Y un ejemplo más, one more example, because I'm running a little bit late. I'll give you $50 for your pants. Okay.
Interesting.
Por.
Yeah, exchange. Yeah. Exchange with the money amount is an absolute dead giveaway. See, bien? Vale, see, bien? I will give you that side because it's got, oh,
good.
wow, way more you can do on your own time to just kind of test your brain because you won't remember all of these perfectly. You go away from this for a week and a half and you won't remember all of these. So, vale, perfecto, sí. ¿Todo bien? All good? Muchísimas gracias. Many, many thanks. Ustedes son muy agradables, son amables. You guys are kind. You are wonderful. This is our last class for fall. We've got time off because who has time starting next week? Everybody's going to be busy with all kinds of stuff. See? Bien. And I believe it will be January 10th because January 1st is a Monday. January 8th is the next Monday. They're not going to start classes the week of January 1st. That is a Monday. So yeah, if it feels like a long time, it is because of the way the holiday falls this year. Okay. Bien, perfecto. We got plenty of people signed up.
Oh,
No hay problema. There's no problem. Yeah, we're a definite green light, go. Muchísimas gracias a todos. Thanks to everybody. Y adiós a Kathy.
Yes,
Oh,
bye, Kathy.
adios.
Goodbye.
Que te
Buen
vaya bien. May
suerte.
everything go well for
Yes,
you.
yes.
Yes, I'll be moving on to the January 10th. That's it'd be gone.
Okay.
I'll miss all of you. I have really enjoyed getting to know all of you.
We are
And
gonna
you've
miss
done a
you
wonderful
too.
job of teaching me.
Muchísimas gracias. Eres muy amable. You are so kind. Bien. We will miss you for sure too, and we wish you all the best and enjoying all those old stomping grounds. See?
Yes.
Yeah.
I miss my old friends.
Yeah, new chapters. New chapters are good. It's a good
Yeah.
thing.